In schools, there are 3 different times we identify with the new year. Administratively, it may be the start of a new fiscal year, usually July 1st. Then we use the term New Year to refer to the time students and teachers return for the start of an academic year. What we recently experienced on January the 1st is a new calendar year. I don't know about you, but I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions when the yearly calendar page turns. But I'm sure I'm in the minority. I read this past week that 87% of adults create goals and resolutions each year, with half of those failing by the end of January. A few years back, though, I did resolve on January the 1st to make the goal of not having a Dairy Queen Snickers Blizzard until I could play golf in the spring. Living in the Chicago suburbs, that meant no golf at least until the middle of March, if I was to follow through with my resolution. You see, I was almost addicted to the candy mixed ice cream treat from the local Dairy Queen. Being out most nights as a school superintendent, I would stop at the local Dairy Queen for a Snickers Blizzard 3 to maybe 4 times a week. Soon it became such a habit that the counter staff started making the Blizzard as soon as they saw my car pull up in front of the store. As the blizzards began to congregate in parts of my body that were not necessarily healthy or flattering, I decided on the resolution: no more Dairy Queen Snickers Blizzards until I could play golf in the spring. I did what you're supposed to do. I posted it everywhere in the house. I told all the people I came in contact with that day about my resolution, whether they wanted to hear it or not. Well, on January the 3rd, our daughter, who was living out of state at the time, was home for the holidays. As I was coming home from a night meeting, she called me and asked if I would stop at the local Dairy Queen for a Blizzard, as Oxford, Ohio did not have Dairy Queens. All the way down Roosevelt Road, I said to myself, just give me one, just one. Well, I walked into the Dairy Queen that night, and what are the first words that come out of my mouth? Give me 2. See, I could not last from January the 1st to January the 3rd. There was obvious an inconsistency between my beliefs and my actions. It's just hard to make sure the choice we make are the ones that put our beliefs into action. Now, done with making resolutions, I was intrigued by a treat I received this week from a guidance counselor who I follow on Twitter. Included in her tweet was the hashtag one word. She posted that this year and shared her one word was going to be hope. Maybe you're aware of the one word initiative, but it was something totally new to me. In 1999, Dan Britton and Jimmy Page wrote the book, One Word That Will Change Your Life. They claim to have discovered a better way to be our best self and live a life of growth and improvement. See, instead of writing resolutions or creating goals, they determined that just one word could end up being a driving force for the year. They profess that by arriving at a single word to inspire and challenge all one does, could have a powerful impact on both personal and professional life. And thinking about what my word would be, I came up with touchstone. Not only is it found as the title of my book, Instilling Touchstones of Character, but it really describes how I want to focus my attention for the new year. There was a time when a touchstone referred to a black rock, such as basalt or jasper, which was used to test the purity of gold and silver. Money changers would check the streaks on the touchstone to see if there was counterfeit coins. Although this usage of the word touchstone is very archaic, the word still refers to a gauge, a reference, benchmark, or standard. So by definition, a touchstone can be a basic principle or standard employed to judge other things. Thus, touchstones can be a guiding force in how I ought to live my life. Well, followers on the Twitter account @OneWord acknowledge that their word, when they find it, they live it, and they share it, results in a life becoming more rewarding and exciting than ever. And investigating further, I found that one word concept permeates life in sports, business, organizations, churches, and schools. Let me give you some examples. Players on the football team at the University of Georgia listed their words on big screen televisions around the football facility. The Murray State softball team discovered their team's one word, and each player wrote it down on the locker room wall. A business did a painting of all their employees' one words. In schools, the staff at Hidden Lakes Elementary did a one-word team builder based on their anti-bullying initiative, ROCK, R-O-C-K, reaching out with character and kindness. And as a visual reminder, every teacher painted their word in a rock for their classroom. Third graders in Jacksonville, Florida, chose a word and created a bulletin board for their classroom. One word, 365 days, a changed life. Hudsonville high school teachers have the one word posted in their rooms, and they start out every staff meeting with a PowerPoint scrolling through the words. So you join me in choosing one word as your focus for the year? Are you willing to look in? What do you want to be or do? Look up? How will you be guided? And look out? How can you live it? And when you come across that one word, think of the personal and professional impact you can make if each day you work to instill that value into the lives of all those you come in contact with. See, that's what character counts is really all about, instilling key values and beliefs. And for students, what would be a one word that they will do the same for them this year? Implementing character counts is really about teaching students the strategies to acquire ethical values to motivate them to make good choices in terms of attitudes and behaviors. Let me share a quote with you. Unless I translate my thoughts into actions, my great ideas and good intentions are like unlit candles. Words that come to my mind about teachers who have impacted me or those I've watched with their craft have the passion and commitment to make a difference. You see, they teach, they empower, they inspire.